1, 2, 3, Yo.
Hey guys, how you going? It's Jamie Milne here from JMT. Welcome to our first episode of JMTtv We are going around the community of our gym and the greater Sunshine Coast community, interviewing people that we believe are living with passion and with purpose. At Jamie Milne Training, we have a dream to create a community full of happy, healthy, and knowledgeable people with the power to create positive global change through sharing their journey. And it is my absolute privilege to introduce you to Ogilve Thom, or better known as OT. Now, OT came to our gorgeous shores of Australia when he was about 11 years old, I think, from Scotland. So he's a Scotsman from origin, and OT's got a remarkable story. He's lived in Antarctica before for over 14 months, was that 14 months? Antarctica. He's a leader in his profession, in the medical field. I'll let Hilton explain a little bit more about that. If you ever have the pleasure of going to the, utilising the emergency services here on the sunny coast, you may well bump into this amazing man. Guys, Mr OT himself, how are you, brother?
Very well, thank you, mate.
It's
a very kind intro, even though I wrote it.
Yeah. Really quickly, OT, just tell us a little bit about you. Who is OT?
Well, I work as a doctor in the emergency department up at Nambour. I really just trying to get the best out of myself. I don't, excuse me, French, but I don't mean that as a wank.
No wank.
From day to day, you try and improve things. You try and do things better than you did before, and that's what I'm doing every day. Doesn't always work though. You've got to be prepared for that.
So say all of us. No,
yeah.
That's cool. So just another quick question. If you had to summarise a favourite exercise, so OT is a very, very physically fit man. Spends a lot of time swimming down the beach here at Mooloolaba. You might see him out there with his dick togs. He's got an amazing moustache. So for most of us men, we have real tash appreciation when we see this man come out of the surf. Dick togs, they're usually a wasabi green or a canary yellow, very similar to the yellow in our thing there, but it's something that you can never...
And Maroochydore blue, actually.
Sorry, Maroochydore blue. Okay, just if you ever see that one. OT, what's your favourite exercise,
well,
man?
You've actually brought it up. The single favourite exercise is the dawn swim at the Mooloolaba with your friends. There's something meditative about it. There's something that is, it's not the same as churning out laps at the pool. It's just completely, it makes my day much, much better. And if I don't get down there at least a couple times a week, I suffer.
Yeah, awesome. If you're friends with OT on Facebook, you'll see some pretty stunning sunrise shots. Again, there's a few of them in there. It looks like he's pitching a tent on Mooloolaba Beach, but the scenery is lovely. It just depends what you're into. But he's dead right, starting off your day. We put a blog up today about exactly that, how your day starts can pretty much dictate how the rest of the day is going to go. So if you can and you get the chance to get off to a cracking start like OT, going and swimming, or doing whatever it is that makes you feel fulfilled and you enjoy, like OT's saying, that's his favourite exercise, and it's a good idea. Now, tell me about food, mate. What's the best cafe on the Sunshine Coast?
Oh, undoubtedly the Red Shed. I would like it.
Red Shed. Red Shed. Never been there.
Well, see, you're suffering. It's just behind the strip of Mooloolaba. There's generally fewer lycra-clad mammals than the rest of them. Good coffee, always has been. It's the old drum clinic.
Okay.
And it's got great coffee and a great atmosphere. And there's great on the veranda. The roof is a canopy that's actually the advert from the old Tim Tim movie.
Oh,
It's just awesome. I love the atmosphere there.
Nice. Cool. I haven't been there myself. So I'm pretty keen to go there. I don't know if any of you guys have been to the Red Shed, but it sounds like we need to go. Another question, very quickly, OT, and one that I'm very curious to find out. And look, it's something that I must admit I need a little bit of help with personally. There's a few other people in the gym too that probably need this advice from somebody such as yourself with an outstanding moustache. Describe to me what does foreplay mean to you? Foreplay.
Yeah. Well, it's this, absolutely, yes. You got to buy me a drink first. Honestly, time and good company. Whether that's running up Coolum, that's having a coffee, having a wine.
Fucking hell, that starts first thing in the morning, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It is you choose to enjoy the company that you're with, and actually, you know, you don't think about you've got a 10-hour shift or you've just come out of a 10-hour shift or whatever. You enjoy the company at that time, and that's what gets me through the week, along with swimming in the morning.
Swimming in the morning, followed by foreplay at Mount Coolum.
Oh no, it doesn't have to be at Mount Coolum. It can be sitting at the red shed. It can be sitting at dinner. It can be, but it's just actually choosing to enjoy the company that you're with.
Love that. Love that. That's so true. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great advice. I appreciate that actually. I should take some of your advice. And another thing. So OT, if you were to tell us what is your life purpose, man? Here's a better way of asking it. What is your why?
Okay. It took me a while to figure this out, and I read something a long time ago in a medical journal, and it goes along the line that you can't improve without change.
Yep.
And it is something that resonated with me, and I've spent the last 20 years doing research to improve the treatment for patients, because you can't, to change the treatment for patients, because you can't do that, but improve your outcomes without changing how you do it. And it's something that I've adapted on a personal level.
Yep.
And not every change is good, don't get me wrong. You look, you see, you assess, and you move on, or you move back. But I've lived in many different places. I've done many different things. My career has been, I've never been afraid to change. I don't like really sitting, getting bogged down into a great rut. I find that stifling. So, and I'll go for it.
Oh, I love that. You can tell that you're when you speak about what you do and stuff like that. You can hear the passion.
Oh, cool, because
it's quite because you're trying.
What I do,
which is really cool. It's something to note, guys. Like if you ever get a chance to to hear what people's why is, why they do what they do, or why they are the way they are. You just listen to the tones in people's voices. They get elevated and their state changes and things like that. You can tell that they're in line with what they really believe in. And so Ogilve, as I was saying, is a professional in his field. And the fact that that makes me feel awesome, that you actually want to change people, you want to help people, you want to make people better than they were when you sort of met them, that type of thing. It's just awesome.
And I also want to improve how we do it.
Yes.
So I have an altruistic streak or whatever, like every other doctor and nurse and paramedic and things like that. We enjoy helping people, but I actually want to do that better.
Yeah.
And it's just so that the job isn't going there and doing the job. It's more. It has to be more for me.
Cool. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, bro. Well, one more big question, and I love this question, and I love hearing people's stories, and people's stories differ. I read Tim Ferriss's book. I think it was a 4-Hour Work Week or a 4-Hour Body. I can't remember which one it was. And he speaks about what the Japanese call a Harajuku Moment. So a Harajuku Moment is a moment in your life where there's a real turning point, and it is instant. It is instant change. 1 minute you're heading down this pathway, and then all of a sudden, bang, something changes your life forever. It is never the same. And then you head off on this pathway. Now, generally speaking, it is a positive change. Something happens, it makes a powerful impact in your life. And I love it. I've got my own Harajuku moment. I share it a lot because it's very special to me, and I'd love to hear yours, OT. Is there a moment in your life when you've had a Harajuku moment?
Well, I would say two. There's when I read the Bill Schumacher's quote about you can't improve without change.
Yeah.
That professionally and personally has led me along. But there's also, without having read the definition or anything, there is a negative change that has happened.
Yeah.
That has changed my life quite fundamentally. And not happy about it, but deeply happy about my response.
Awesome.
And it's where I've lent on some friends, and they've shown me unbelievable support. But I've also gone off on a spirit of discovery, a journey of discovery, because I had to do something different. It wasn't working. It had to be done differently, and that is just reaping absolute rewards. The journey's not complete, and people who know me from a long time ago will laugh when I say this, but I've actually sort of discovered a deep spirituality. Which is, some people will be just killing themselves laughing hearing me say that.
So they got something to do with the English jumper you're wearing?
Oh, wash your mouth out. That was penance for a bet, okay? And it was the first time in 103 years that we've lost a series against England in Australia. So I thought it was a short bet.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, that gets me.
Scotsmen, for a start, they're not big fans of wearing English rugby jumpers,
yes,
and then
yes.
I thought I'd just bring that up just.
And then the next weekend they take us out of the European Union.
Yeah. Moving on.
Oh, don't get me started. I told you you'd be.
Yeah.
No, but the journey has included just examining myself and looking at many different aspects and things that I can do better and things that I can change. And without putting too fine a point on it, being here is being part of it. But I would be here anyway because, as you know, I came down, got introduced to by Kylie, came down, and I've just loved the atmosphere here. There's no two way. And I had a personal trainer for 9 years in Melbourne, and I loved training with Jane. And every time I go back, I catch up, we go do a training, and I've been up here 6 years, and I haven't found that. I haven't found the atmosphere. I found the atmosphere, and I'm going nuts. And I want to thank you for that, because what you built here actually does. It's not the fact that you've got the equipment and all that kind of stuff, because a gym's a gym. It is the community that you built around here. So getting back to the Harajuku Moment, change was forced. You use adversity to grow. You use adversity to change things, and I've used the spirituality to be able to let go, not to discover God or anything like that, but to be able to let go, and that has been an enormous lesson for me. It's been a godsend. It really has.
So you found a bit of basically as much as it's obviously a painful and a raw experience, you found a positive, you found a silver lining in amongst and it might only be something small, but it's just enough to.
It's not small. When you talk about a fundamental change in your life, it's a fundamental different way to how I do things and how I approach my life.
Yeah.
And I don't suddenly start. I haven't gone on a paleo diet or anything like that. Sorry, Cindy. Or anything like that. But the way I go through the here and now and deal with what's in front of me as opposed to what's happened or what's about to happen, and that has been enormously important in being able to be happy. And it's an ongoing journey. It's like one of the questions that you showed me was about my daily practice, and that's meditation. And I suck at it. I am terrible, but I'm better than I was a month ago.
Love it.
And the rewards are palpable. So it's like my handstand push-ups.
Yeah.
They suck. They're awful. But you keep coming back and doing it, trying to do it a little bit better, because then one day you get it.
Progress, not perfection.
Absolutely.
OT, thank you very much for sharing
absolute pleasure.
a bit of you with us, and thank you for taking the time out to come and hang with us on our first ever episode of JMTV. So we're truly grateful, mate. It's been a pleasure, never a chore. Thank you very much, OT.
No problem.
My man.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you, mate.